You know, people will love you when you're failing, but hate you when you're winning. That's the topic. On your journey to success, we go through a lot of failure, defeat, and we go through the struggles of life. And I noticed that when you're down and out, when you're going through, you tend to have more friends, more support, more love. People appreciate you more when you're not doing well. A lot of you that struggle with sickness, you notice that you have more friends. You actually have more supporters when you're down, when you're poor, broke, going through job loss. It's like people are there for you. At least it seemed that way. But when you start to do better and you start to make power moves, you start to doing things in your life that increase your bottom line in terms of your health, your money, security, people begin to hate you. How many of you are there? How many of you was down and out, going through, and the minute you started to do something to better yourself, all of a sudden, out of the blue, people switched up, started to lie, manipulate, talk about you, spread rumors, distance themselves from you. All of a sudden, they don't call your phone no more. Why? Because in their mind, they figure you're doing well now. They don't need to show you no love. They don't need to show you no support. A lot of you business owners, when you started that business and you was pretty much in the beginning stages, you used to tell everybody that you're working on a business when you were broke. But the minute the business was launched, all of those people who said they can't wait for you to do it, how much they're going to support you, for whatever reason, once you started the business and they saw that you weren't playing, you were really serious, all of a sudden now they're not there. You called them up, hey fam, I just started the business. You gonna be there to support? No comment. They all disappeared. Now they hate you. They showed you love, at least it seemed that way, when you were down, when you were broke, when you were poor. But once you start making power moves and you start to better yourself in any capacity, whether you're trying to lose weight, hit the gym, get your physique right, when you're skinny, no muscles, no nothing, it's like people love you. They want to be around you. But when you hit the gym, you start getting buff. Now all of a sudden, now everybody hate you now. We live in a world where people are not kind anymore. People don't believe in showing love no more. And they'll hate you for being successful. I mean, the success you got ain't even nothing. But to you, it's everything because you never had that before. For some of us, man, just having a clean home is success. For us, just having a nice car, that's a sign of success for us. That's all you got, man. You know? Just some of you having a good bill of health is success. And there's some people that don't like you because you're healthy. They would rather you be sick. Because when you were sick, in their mind, you were humble. But now that you're well and you overcame cancer, you overcame these sicknesses, now they look at it as, you think you better than me now. It's like you can't even prosper in today's day without somebody hating you. It's like when you are down Everybody want to show love. Everybody want to be there. Everybody act like they rock with you until you start to do something with your life and be productive. That's when everybody starts to switch up on you. And that's the part that is frustrating, because I had a lot of people do that to me. When I was at the bottom and I'm going through and I'm struggling, it seems like everybody was there. At least that's what I thought. But what they were waiting for is for me to continue to fail. When I started to tell them that I was making moves, or even if I didn't tell them and I started to just move in secret, move in silence, for whatever reason, I started to elevate, started to grow. And it's like people that I thought was my friends, they started to distance themselves. And I used to wonder, like, why this person that was once cool with me decided to distance themselves? What did I do to them? Well, you didn't do anything. What you did is you started to be successful. You started to prosper. You started to make better moves. And for a lot of you, you've lost friends recently because you got fed up with living a day-to-day life, not really accomplishing nothing, and you began to make moves. And it's like, as you made these power moves, you started to realize your true potential. And now you're doing better. But because you're doing better, you moved up to another level. So I think naturally when you move up to another level and you're doing better, the people that you thought was your friends, they're not really supposed to go with you. Because if they're not at that level, they're not supposed to go. And you're not even the kind of person that feel you're better than anybody. You just want to live a better life. You just want to have better things. You want to do more. The friends that you have, they don't want to move up. They don't want to better themselves. So what happens is they just turned against you out of the blue. And it frustrates you because you would have liked to see them come along for the journey. You would have liked to see those friends really make something of themselves, but they don't want to do nothing. So they despise you because you decided to go back to school. A lot of you folks decided to go back to school. And all the people that was your friends at the time, they were trying their best to talk you out of going to college. You literally was telling them, hey, I'm going to go back to school, continue my education. I'm trying to get a good job. I'm trying to better myself. They was like, man, you wasting your time. They tried their best to talk you out of going to school, but you went anyway. And because you did that, you end up excelling in life. You surpass them, and now they're upset about that. Now they want to talk bad about you. Whereas back in the day, when you were going through the struggle, it appeared like they were supporting you. It appeared like they were rocking with you. But the whole time, they didn't want to see you grow. A lot of people that we have around us, fam, that we think is our friends, they really don't want to see us grow, man, because it seemed like when you move up in life, when you move up in success, all the people that we knew, they start to switch up. They start to depart. They start to leave from our presence. They don't want to be our friends no more. It's like they feel disgusted with us prospering. You can't feel bad for elevating in life. You can't feel bad because the people of your past don't want to be friends no more because you decided to continue your education or perhaps get a new job or use your talents to make something of yourselves rather than being lazy like them. You know what I'm saying? You don't need them in your life. If they want to start to treat you bad because you decide to do something better, then you got to cut them off and let them go. You know what I mean? But I find that when you're the kind of person who is not making no moves, you just kind of bumming it out, chilling on the block, in the hood, just drinking, smoking, acting a fool, you have more friends. You have more loyalty. You have more people around you. And it gives the illusion that I got a lot of friends. It gives the illusion that you got a lot of love. But if the truth be told, you're just surrounded by a bunch of miserable people. You're surrounded by a bunch of evildoers. You're surrounded by people that are lazy, people that don't want to go nowhere in life. And the minute you start to elevate in any capacity, that is when those people going to switch up. Why? Because they're going to see that you really about success. And success is the greatest revenge. Anytime you got haters and people that are mad and people that are envious, all you got to do is just have success and it'll burn them at the core. And it's really frustrating, guys, to live in situations like this where people would hate you rather than show you love. People hate you because you better your life. Some of you brothers may have committed crimes, did a bid, got out of prison, got your life together, and now you're doing pretty well for yourself. And you're proud of that. And it's like the people that used to roll with you in the streets, thugging, wilding, doing dirt, they all turned against you. Now they don't want to be your friend no more. They don't even want to hear your story. They look at you as, oh, you think you better than us now because you got a little job. They always saying a little job, you know what I mean? Trying to minimize what you're doing like it ain't nothing. But the whole time, they still living in that basement with their mama. Living in their mama's basement at 40 years old as a grown man. Make that make sense, you know? And it's just unfortunate and sad that when we were down and out, it seemed like we had more friends, it seemed like we had more support. And now that we decided to do something better with ourselves, make something of ourselves, all the people we grew up with, now they're turning against us. That means that they were never your friends to begin with. Because if they turn their backs on us because we decided to do things with our lives and increase, that means all of those people were never our friends. You know what I mean? They were never our friends. They never wanted to see us successful. They were jealous of us the whole time. A lot of you got jealous haters that want to see you down. They don't want to see you grow. You know what I mean? They really don't, because as you grow in success, you're going to notice a lot of people don't want to support you. A lot of people look down on you. A lot of people got red eye because why? They're jealous of you. They never liked you. They just mad because they can't believe that you had the audacity to go out there and make something for yourself. Some of you brothers and sisters, they look at your success and they grieve to the core. You know why? Because you were able to do it. They doubted you. They didn't believe in you. And to see you there in your success is the greatest achievement you made in your life. And your former friends and even your family don't even like the fact that you prospering. It's not just these friends. It be your damn family too. Your whole family don't even like you. You made something of yourself. You're the first person in your family to make it, to make something of themselves, and yet your own family despise your existence. It's frustrating to live in a world where even your family are jealous of you. Even your family despise you because you wanted to do something with yourself, because you wanted to pursue your education, because you felt that maybe you didn't need an education to start that business. Because some of you guys, some of you ladies don't feel like you need to go to college, don't feel like you need to pursue higher education to have a business. And you went out there and you took the risk, you was able to do it, and now you're successful at it. And your whole family turned against you because of that. Some of your family members turn against you because you got successful, and because you don't want to give them no money, they're upset with you. They're upset with you because they feel they're entitled to your money. But yet when you were on the bottom, when you were struggling and you looked at them and you was like, hey, fam, I need a loan. Could you help me with the business? Could you help me finance this? They didn't want to help you. But now that you're doing numbers, now that you're making money, they're expecting you to come through and pay their bills. Nah, you bugging. You bugging. You were not there for me. Now you want me to be there for you? Nah, it don't work like that, dog. So, hey, guys, we're going to get up on out of here, man. Let me know what you think of this video, fam. Let me know what you think of this video. When you were down and out, struggling, going through, did you notice that you had a lot more friends supporting you, a lot more people showing you love? You were able to hang out when you were down and out, bumming out. And the minute you decided to do something good with yourself, that's when everybody turned against you. If that's you, let me know in the comments. Rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.